Hey guys, it's Mrs. Juergens. I wanted to record a quick review video for you guys to use over the weekend to review for our algebra test on Monday. Because I think there's still a little bit of confusion on some things, so especially simplifying expressions or combining like terms, we've also called it. So if you are having a hard time with that, make sure you go review those videos specifically. And if you still have any questions, please ask me. I would love to help you. Okay, so the first question is, what is algebra? Think back to what we talked about at the beginning of this unit and the definition that I gave you guys. Well, it wasn't really so much of a definition as a reason why we have algebra. For this entire video, what I want you to do, since this is a review, is think of for this answer, think of the answer, pause the video, and then come back and check your work. It would probably help to say it out loud. For the problem sets, make sure that you pause the video, work out the problems on a piece of paper, and then come back and check your work. All right, so what is algebra? Algebra gives us a way to express unknown quantities while still allowing us to do arithmetic with those unknown quantities. You guys, I know 6th grade is a hard age to learn this, but life is full of unknowns and problems that we don't know how to solve. Algebra gives us a way to do math with some of those quantities that we don't yet know. So it's very useful. All right, now I want you to take this problem and label it with terms expression, coefficient, term, and variable. All right, well, hopefully you label, I'm going to recopy it over here so it's a little bit bigger, but hopefully you labeled the entire thing as the expression. So since there's no equal sign, it's an expression, not an equation. So the whole thing is the expression. The coefficient is that number right there in front of the variable and that number in front of the y variable. Oh, I just gave you the next one. Well, 2 more down. Okay, the variables in this expression are x and y. And this expression has 3 different terms. I'm going to circle them for you. This is one term. This is another term. I take it back. I'm going to do them in different things. And this is another term. That got really messy. Sorry about that, you guys. But remember that each set of coefficients and variables is one term. And then numbers are another term. Also, since we've been talking so much about combining like terms, let's talk about unique terms really quick. This expression has 3 unique terms. 4x is a term. It's in terms of x. 2y is a term that is in terms of y. And 1 is a term. All right, now we're going to do a few substitution problems in the next couple slides. So I want you to pause the video, do these 2, and then come back. All right, let's solve when n equals 4. Our first step is always rewrite the problem. Then we're going to substitute. So we're substituting 4 for that n. Then we're going to solve. All right, on letter B over here, we're going to rewrite the problem. Then we're going to substitute 4 in for n. And then we're going to solve. All right, same thing on this slide, guys. Let's rewrite the problem. Hopefully you've done this already and aren't just doing it with me, because this is a review, so you should be able to do all of these on your own. And that's the point of this, is that you would have somewhere where you can check your work, but that you are able to do all of these problems. Okay, there's that one. That was 40. D. We have n over 12, so that means I have 4 divided by 12. And remember, when I have this fraction bar that I'm using in my division problems, I'm always just going to read it from top to bottom, because that helps me to remember what the divisor and what the dividend are. The one on the top is going to be the dividend, the one on the bottom is the divisor. So I have 4 divided by 12. I can't divide 4 by 12, but I can reduce it as a fraction, which I'm going to go ahead and do. So divide that by 4 over 4, and my answer is 1/3. Okay, letter E, n divided by 3, so 4 divided by 3. And check this out. We have an improper fraction this time, don't we? So 4 divided, this is going to be a little review from 5th grade. 4 divided by 3 is 3 over 3 plus 1 over 3, which equals, of course that 3 over 3 is just 1, right? 1 1/3. All right, a word problem, my favorite. I love word problems. Okay, so Anna bought 3 books. We want to know if the total cost of the books is $12, find their average cost, and then if the total cost of the books is M dollars, to find their average cost in terms of N. So, of course, we're going to draw a model because it's so much fun. So Anna bought 3 books, and they cost $12 altogether. We want to find their average cost. That's easy enough. The average cost is going to be the cost of one of those units. So clearly it's going to be 12 divided by 3, which equals $4, right? That's easy enough. Okay, well, what if we don't have numbers? What if we don't know the total cost of books? So let's redo our model. Over here, she still bought 3 books. We're still trying to find the average cost of one of those books, but this time the total cost is M dollars. Okay, how do we figure that out? I mean, we just did it with $12, so is there any reason why we can't do it with an unknown? No, of course not. I know you agree with me. All right, M dollars divided by 3. Now, I can't actually divide that, so that is my answer. M divided by 3. All right, guys, now we're going to do a couple more substitution problems. So let's take this expression right here, and we're going to substitute in 3 the first time. So we have 2 times 3 to the 3rd power minus 3. Now let's expand that exponent. 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 minus 3. Okay, now let's solve within here first. We're still working on solving that exponent. So 3 times 3, of course, is 9 times 3 minus 3. Next step, let's solve this now. 9 times 3, of course, is 27. Okay, now we can just solve this multiplication. So 2 times 27 is 54. Minus 3 is 51. All right, now let's solve that same expression, but let's substitute in 2 for the x this time. Okay, so 2x to the 3rd minus 2. So we'll substitute in 2 for the x, so now we have 2 times 2 to the 3rd minus, oh, I wrote it wrong again. I can't believe I keep doing that. Minus 3. And now we're going to expand that exponent and solve. And solve again. And now we just have 16 minus 3, and our answer is 13. All right, so another fun substitution problem. We're going to find the value of x minus 4 divided by 2 when x equals 12. So let's write our problem, and let's substitute in 12 for x. And then we're going to solve up here first. So 12 minus 4 is 8 divided by 2, and our answer is 4. Okay, what is 3 to the 4th power expanded? Hopefully you wrote something like this. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, or even better, used the correct multiplication sign and wrote it like this. All right, now let's find the value of 2a to the second power minus 1 divided by 7 when x equals 5. So I'm going to, got a stray pen mark there. Okay, so let's rewrite the problem. 2a to the second minus 1 divided by 7. And then we're going to write 2 times 5 to the second power minus 1 divided by 7. And now we're going to solve that exponent. 2 times 5 minus 1 divided by 7. And now we have 2 times 25 minus 1 over 7. I'm going to have to continue over here. So that gives me 50 minus 1 divided by 7, which is 49 divided by 7, which equals 7. All right, next one. What is d squared plus d squared when d equals 2? All right, so 2 to the second power plus 2 to the second power. 2 times 2 plus 2 times 2. And we've got 4 here and 4 here. And our answer is 8. All right. So when you see a problem like this where it says simplify r times r times r times r, what I'm asking you to do is write that with exponents. So since r is being multiplied by itself 4 times, we would write that like r to the 4th power. All right, now I want to expand z to the 7th power. So how would I write that? Well, it's going to be z times itself 7 times. I better count them and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there you go. All right, now we're going to simplify like terms. And I'm going to go ahead and do this with the boxing like I showed you guys. So I'm going to box my a terms first. I have a couple different types of terms in here. I've got my a terms right here and here, and I've got b terms right here and here, and then I just have a 2 all by itself. So I'm going to use 3 different colors. Okay, so there are my a terms, and then I want to switch colors. Let's go with orange for b. I'm going to box my b terms in a different color. Now I think I will go with, let's see, how about green for my number? Okay. Okay, now I'm going to rearrange these so that my like terms are next to each other. It'll make it easier to solve. So let's start with the a's since they come first anyway. So I've got 9a. Okay, did that one. And now I'm going to say minus 4a. Okay, that's all my a's. Now let's move on to the b's. So let's do plus 4b plus b. And then I've got that 2 left over, plus 2. Okay, now I can combine like terms. 9a minus 4a is 5a. Plus 4b plus b is going to be 5b plus 2. And I'm done. That's my answer. I can't combine anything else. All right, you guys, I'm out of time for my 15-minute limit on this video, so I'm going to have you go to a part 2 to watch and work the 2 word problems I have for you to review.